After Man of Steel laid the groundwork, Batman vs. Superman stepped in to establish a fleshed-out DC Extended Universe. We met Ben Affleck's new Batman, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, plus a sampling of the Justice League to come. Cramming all of that into a single movie isn't easy, and despite being profitable, it was seen by a number of critics as something of a mess. Here are some dumb things in Batman vs. Superman that everyone just ignored. Logos without logic. We'll start with one of the goofiest things ever to be included in a major blockbuster. Well, aside from this, of course.
7 million. Never leave the cave without it.
In the second half of the film, Batman vs. Superman takes a break to show the audience a series of clips put together by Lex Luthor, showcasing superpowered people from various locations around the planet. Now, sure, it stands to reason someone like Lex would be tracking these folks. But why did he also make snazzy superhero logos for them to use? Of course, Warner Brothers would want to start the branding as early as possible, but it's kind of crazy to think Luthor would go to the trouble of actually creating logos to use as icons for his top-secret files. Seems like a lot of work when a simple folder would do. Then again, this is the guy who put pee-pee in a jar just to freak someone out, just before he blew up the entire building she was sitting in. So, yeah, maybe Lex Luthor does like to go that extra mile here and there.
Ding, 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 ding.
They axed Jimmy Olsen. For decades, Daily Planet photographer Jimmy Olsen has been a major player in the Superman comics, and fans were expecting him to show up in some capacity in the DC Extended Universe. Probably not cramming battleships into volcanoes as a giant turtle man, or as a man porcupine, or even as a human mule balloon thing, but come on! Superman without Jimmy Olsen is like Batman without Robin.
Only one-track bat computer mind.
Well, fans got their wish in Batman vs. Superman. Kind of. The film's first act features Lois Lane on a reckless assignment in the desert, where it turns out her dashing photographer pal is actually Jimmy Olsen, CIA spook. And then this happens. Now, no one even knew this guy was even supposed to be Jimmy Olsen until director Zack Snyder made the reveal to Entertainment Weekly, saying that the scene was a way to have fun with the character. Because shooting a beloved character in the head with no explanation is apparently fun for Snyder. Oh well, so long, Jimmy. Super-selective hearing. Superman can hear a flea sneeze in midtown traffic, and hear that Lois is in trouble when he's miles away. And she gets in trouble a lot. But despite that, he somehow misses his own mom getting kidnapped by Luthor's goons. Superman can even hear Lois banging on stuff underwater when she's trying to retrieve that kryptonite spear, and knows exactly what he's hearing. So clearly, Superman has ridiculously powerful and accurate hearing. But it's apparently only useful when his girlfriend stubs her toe or something. Now, on the subject of moms, Martha, Martha, Martha.
Martha, why did you say that name?
Stop! Please, stop!
Why did you say that name?
Snyder was obviously going for something poignant when Batman and Superman realized that their moms were both named Martha.
It's his mother's name!
But let's be real. The coincidence is a contrivance that defies even the most suspended disbelief. These two superheroes, who are ideologically opposite from one another, can put aside their differences just because their mothers randomly have the same name?
Oh, come on!
Sure, it's meant to bond them on a human level, but what if Ma Kent's name had never been changed from what it was originally? Mary. Superman would get a kryptonite spear to the face. That's what. Also, give your mom a call. She misses you. Doomsday Unleashed. So let's talk about Lex Luthor, the super genius, the master tactician, right? Well, then, what was the actual point of this guy, Doomsday? Luthor's plan seems to revolve around tricking Batman into killing Superman, but in case that didn't work out, like if their moms have the same name or something, he created Doomsday as a contingency. Doomsday was already cooking before the big superhero smackdown began. But what if Batman had actually succeeded in killing Superman? Then Lex would have unleashed an unstoppable murder machine on Earth right after orchestrating the death of pretty much the only being powerful enough to stop it. How do you stop a Doomsday without a Superman? It's not like we can ask Aquaman to do anything. Other than this, that is. Did Lex know that that super buff lady he's been spying on could take out Doomsday? And speaking of that, Wonder Woman, bystander. In their original comic book fight, arch foes Superman and Doomsday literally beat one another to death, but the details of that fight were changed considerably for the film, resulting in Superman's ultimate sacrifice. So as Superman heroically drives a kryptonite spear into Doomsday, all you could do was wonder, why? Wonder Woman is literally standing right there, and she has all the powers of Superman, minus the crippling kryptonite allergy. Aside from the fact that her name isn't in the film's title, why wasn't she the one to drive the spear home? Superman's dumb strategic decision cost him his life. Well, at least until DC and Warner Brothers want to wring a few more bucks out of his corpse. See you in Justice League, Super Guy. Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.